congratulations first for being accepted to ESMT Berlin.
Thank you
Alors,
so much.
first of all, can you please introduce yourself to the other students, maybe?
Yeah, hi, I'm Aman Kulkarni. I hail from Pune, a city 150 kilometers north of Mumbai, and I've been accepted to the ESMT Berlin program for a master's in management.
Okay. Alors, but can you tell us more about yourself? What did you study? How old are you? What are your hobbies, your leadership activities, your work experience? Can you please, because so that people can see the type of profile that is required to get into ESMT?
Yeah, yes, sir, definitely. So I did my graduation from Flame University in Pune. I did my graduation in digital marketing and communications. And
Mhm.
post that, I was working for an advertising agency called DVO Digital, where I was working with global brands such as HCL, Flipkart, and many such brands, where I was basically working as a client partner. And before that, during my work experience, I also worked and interned at various places. One of them was Sports Interactive, where I was working on Indian Premier League teams. And I was also working on global brands such as Liga, Serie A. So this is what I did. This
Mhm.
was more towards marketing and strategy. And before that, I was working for a boutique consultancy firm where I was working with a global talent, global company from Canada who were wanting to start the services in India. So I was helping them do market research for the same. So this is about myself and my work experience. And apart from my work experience, I'm interested in a lot of adventure activities and sports. I was the vice captain of my university football team, and I played football for a long time. And apart from that, I've also done a lot of cycling and trekking as well. I've cycled for a I cycled during a 550-kilometer cycling expedition, ranging 5 days. So yeah, that is one interesting thing about me. And I've done a couple of Himalayan treks as well. So this is about me in a nutshell.
Your turn. Okay. So tell me, why have you studied to? Our first question: why have you decided to study in Germany? Most of the Indian students that I have, they want to study in France, UK, Canada, US, or Singapore, Australia, in general. So it's very rare to choose Australia, Germany. So why Germany, Aman?
So coming from India, I think Germany was the best option for me because, as compared to all the countries that you mentioned, I think in terms of ROI, Germany is one of the best since it has affordable tuition fees for top programs. So that was one of my major reasons. Apart from that, I was getting a lot of access at the university which I've chosen. It was founded by 25 global conglomerates, including Deutsche Bank, DHL, Thyssen Group, and major German companies as well as foreign conglomerates. So I was getting a lot of access and a foot in the door to these companies. So that was another reason why I chose this university and Germany in particular. Apart from this, I also chose Germany because right now, as compared to the rest of Europe, if you look at the global scale and the geopolitics as well, I think Germany is comparatively better as compared to the other countries. And also recently, the foreign ties that Germany has with India, they have strengthened because of cross-cultural leadership. So I think that is one of the major reasons why I've chosen Germany. Also, uh, after completing my program in Germany, I'll have a 18-month period to look for a job, and post that, if I do well, I can get access to a 4-year working visa as well. So
Mhm.
that definitely suits me because the whole reason why I'm doing a master's is because I want to gain global exposure and insight. So considering all these considering all of this, I think Germany right now is the best option as compared to the other countries which you mentioned earlier.
How would you manage to learn? Do you intend to learn the language? Because I guess that you don't speak German. So how would you manage to overcome this obstacle?
So fortunately for me, Goethe Institute, the premier German institute, has one of its branches in Pune. So I've already enrolled myself for the A1 batch. So before going to Germany, I plan to at least complete 2 levels of German so that it will definitely boost my job prospects. So that is what I'm planning to do right now during the time that I have.
But you go full time. You be full time in class. Yeah.
No, I won't be full time in class, but
Yeah.
I'm doing it on an everyday basis for 5 days a week, so that I can expedite the process of learning German.
Okay.
So I'll be doing it along with another project or a job that I'll be looking to do, so that I can get more exposure before I head off to Germany.
Okay. So you be in Berlin. You know Berlin a bit, or
Yeah, I know Berlin from the historical point of view.
huh?
I've never been to Berlin, and that's what's really exciting as well. But I've read a lot about Berlin, and I've also have some kind of exposure to Berlin through friends and family. But I've never been to Berlin, so I'm really excited to go there.
Okay. Uh, and tell me, so have you decided to go for a master in management right after university, your degree? I guess that you probably did not long time ago, and not wait for an MBA, for instance.
Okay, so again, if you look at what I want to do. So I want to segue into consultancy and consulting services, because with a focus on strategy and transformation, because that is what really excites me. And to segue into that, I think doing a master's in management will definitely help my cause, because it will give me an insight and a foot in the door to major consultancy companies. So that is one of the reasons why I've decided to do a master's in management. And I was very clear that if I'm spending a lot of money on my masters, it would be it. I would better spend it uh, on a college that is well recognized in the world. And again, for all the top MBA programs, you would need a work experience of 5 to 8 years. So I did not want to wait for 5 to 8 years. Instead, I decided to do an MIM, because that is the best possible way to get into consultancy, according to me, right now, if you're starting from a basic level. So that is the reason why I decided to do an MIM.
Okay, very good. So now other students. So basically, yeah, the question that students have in India is where should I study? And there are, of course, multiple options. Should I wait for an MBA or should I go right after the bachelor's? And I guess for economic reasons, it makes more sense to go for a bachelor for a master's because it is cheaper. You agree?
Yeah.
Then the other question that they are, of course, people are a bit scared by the admission process. So, what is it? What does it require to prepare for an admissions there? Tell me.
Okay, so I think what really is required for admissions is a good GRE or a GMAT score.
Hmm?
I think I can't stress upon that. I think a lot of the confusion that happens is because a lot of educational companies, they have started promoting this, that you don't require a GRE or a GMAT to get into a top global university. I think that is a myth, and I would like to stress upon that if you really want to get into a good university, it is very important for you to give a GRE or a GMAT, because it will definitely boost your case and will definitely help you to get into a good university. So I think step one would involve doing either a GRE or a GMAT and getting a good score in that, or respectable score. Post that, I think it's very important for you to set your priorities right. for as I mentioned earlier, I think for me, our return on investment was a very important factor, which really was one of the main principal factors as to why I chose Germany. So I think for each and every student, they need to map out and chart out what is the one main factor that they have, be it working over there, being a citizen, or be it getting global exposure, and if you want to come back to India. So I think it's very important for you to have that one principal idea and screen universities based on that, because each and every country in Europe as well as in the world, they have some very good universities, but you really need to figure out what is important for you. So based on that, you need to screen your universities. Post that, I think during the admissions process, you really need to put yourself out there with respect to connecting with the admissions officers, having a good connection with them. Apart from that, you need to have well crafted essays uh, which will enhance your profile and put you out there as compared to the rest of the students, and in a nutshell will provide the admissions officer and the admissions team with a perspective about you without meeting them in person. So I think having a good well crafted set of essays and letter of motivation is really important. And apart from that, I think you should be really passionate about the university that you're choosing, because during your admission interviews, they really check and see if you really want to go to the university or not. So I think another important factor is that if you're deciding to go to a particular university, you should definitely establish some kind of contact with an existing student over there, so that you get some real time insights into what the university is like, what are some of the activities that you can indulge in apart from academics, because universities abroad, they try to enhance your profile and your personality in a 360-degree way. So they would want students to indulge in activities apart from academics, be it networking, or be it being in a part of a club. So I think having an access to someone who's actually studying in the university that you really want to go to, I think it will give you some real time insights into what are the activities that you can indulge in apart from academics, so that you can then put forth those points in front of the admissions team as well. So I think this is what the admissions process is like. But I know having gone through the admissions process, I know that it's very daunting in the beginning, but as soon as you divide everything and compartmentalize everything, it gets easier with time. So that is what I think the admissions process is like.
Alors, tell me, yeah, you mentioned, so you mentioned all the steps. Basically, first of all, I would say maybe one that you forgot is assessing your profile. And one good thing to do is that either you come to see me and I will be able to assess your profile, or you can also check with some friends who have a similar background, okay, and see whether they've been accepted. So, of course, from Pune, remember, I had students who have been accepted to HEC, to ESSEC, to LBS, to ESCP, now to ESMT. So even people who have comparable background, it's not easy. Someone can get ESMT as you can get HEC. As soon as we got HEC from Symbiosis, no, not from Symbiosis, from MIT ADT, and you got ESMT. So basically, the range is quite broad. Okay, so first assessing your profile, and if you don't know how to do work with a consultant with expertise. Second of all, of course, select schools, and I agree with you. Don't be blinded by ranking. You agree? So I mean
Yes.
by this is that, um, um, for instance, the country is important. The the visas offered post MIM, it's important as well. Huh? In Switzerland, you get no visa. You get no visa. You get only a visa if you get a job. But in Germany, you can get a 5-year visa. So, of course, it makes a big difference. You agree?
Yeah.
The visa is very important, and especially for an Indian because you're going to have debts. And if you have this type of debts that you're going to have after the masters and you work in the US, okay, you can easily pay back. It means after 3 years you will pay your MBA back, your MIM back. Okay. If you find yourself with 60,000 euros debts and you have to go back to India, it will be very difficult. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's another option. So the visas offered are important. Um, of course, the other option is, of course, your level, your GMAT, your application. And there's something you did not mention. How does the interview work at ESMT? Was it with an alumni? Was it with the admissions committee? Can you please tell us more about this, please?
So my interview was committed was hosted by a member of the admissions committee. So he was the sole member who was interviewing me, and in that he really tried to test me and delve deep into my personality. So he asked me a lot of questions which were personal. He asked me a lot of questions which revolved around why I really want to get into ESMT Berlin. What was my motivation of applying to ESMT Berlin? And then again, he wanted to get insights into what I want to do post my course completion at ESMT Berlin. So, in a nutshell, he wanted to understand my personality as a whole, why I took certain decisions during certain parts of my life,
Hmm?
and again, what I really want to do post MI. Because I think for most of the universities, it's very important for them to take in students who will again leave a mark of ESMT Berlin throughout the world, because they're very proud of their alumni. And I think during today's world where I think your net worth is your network, so I think they want to have a network of well connected alumni. So
Hmm?
they really try to delve deep into your personality and understand why you are really fit and you are the perfect match for the university. So it was a very extensive interview which involved all of these aspects which I mentioned.
Okay, very good. Very, very good. Uh, what have been your interaction now with the SMT since you have been accepted? Have you talked to them? Are you part of a group of admitted students? Okay, what has been going on since you have received an offer, which was last week? Huh?
Yeah.
It was last week.
So
So
I
thank
received the offer last week, and their team was very quick in connecting with me. So right now they're helping me with my visa application and the documents that I'll require for the visa application. So currently I'm just navigating through that. Apart from that, they're also helping me become a part of the ESMT network, the alumni network. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So currently, right now, since it's only been a week since I've been accepted to ESMT Berlin, so right now they're just helping me with the visa documentation and other formalities that are required.
okay. And when will you start to look for a flat more likely? When do you start the school? Mid August? When do you start?
Yes, so my program will start in September.
Yeah.
So I have a good amount of time till September.
If I were you, Aman, I would advise you to go there 1 month in advance, 1 or 2 months in advance, and to have intensive German courses.
Yes, sir.
You agree?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, sir. I 100% resonate that.
Yeah. You should definitely have intensive German courses. Go there for 2 months because you can have the visa 2 months before, especially if you register for. What you need to do is just need to tell when you go to the embassy or to the consulate that of course the school start. I don't know, in September you would like to be there 2 3 weeks before. They will understand. But you have also registered for German classes, so you should come with your registration. Huh? And you say, because I'm taking classes at the Goethe Institute, you will come with your documents, but you want to speak German better, so you want to spend more time. Okay, and they may give you the visa for late June. Because believe me,
Yes,
if you go to class a bit and then you spend 2 months in Germany, you can already talk in the street, you can already, and then after 2 years, you will be good. Now, there is this issue of the 2 year program. We have many friends in common who have been accepted to Durham, Warwick, LBS, INSEAD, and they took a 1 year program because they believe it's better to go for a short program. What do you
yeah.
believe? Is it better to go for 2 year or 1 year program, especially when you're Indian? What do you believe?
Well, I think I was very clear that I wanted to do a 2 year program because that would again help me get a lot of exposure and insight. Because I think doing a 1 year program, it's really short for you to get some real time exposure and insights into what the industry really works like, and it gives you very little time to connect with people around you. So that is another important factor which you really need to consider, because the whole point of doing a master's is that you get to network with a lot of people from different backgrounds and from different, who will eventually go on to work in different places. So again, that is the time that you really get to build your network, which will help you in the future. So I think doing a 1 year program, it won't give you a lot of time to indulge in a lot of different activities which you're essentially paying to become a part of. So it's, let's suppose in a 1 year program you won't get enough time to let's suppose if I'm going to any foreign place, to get immersed in the culture, to learn the language, or to know how the people function over there, or to become a part of different clubs that the university promotes, or to really to really network and work closely with the professors over there, all of whom are from reputed universities and who are well known worldwide. So I think doing a 2 year program gives you the benefit and the advantage of getting to know your peers whom you will be studying with, networking with them, networking with the professors over there who will definitely play a huge part in your professional journey as well. Then doing a 2 year program will give you the benefit of immersing in the culture, learning the new language, all of which will definitely add on to your experience, not only your professional experience but your personal experience, which is very important to work in different places. Because when you go to different work cultures, you bring along your personal experience, which definitely helps you navigate through your work life and your professional life. So I think considering all of these aspects, I think it's better if you do a 2 year program, because it gives you a lot of exposure and insight into different courses that are offered. And I think it gives some kind of assurity to the future employers as well, because it shows that okay, you have indulged in a 2 year program, so you're well aware of the course knowledge which was taught to you. So I think that is another important factor as to why you need to do a 2 year program instead of a 1 year program.
Exactly. So I would say also from experience, but it's the same for Europeans studying in Europe. You need 2 years because you have the internship and you have more time to build your network. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
if you're an Indian, it's absolutely obvious that you need to spend 2 years. As an Indian, it's obvious. You agree?
Yes, sir.
Because you have no network, no knowledge of the country. Remember, we have this student called Nama, that we know well. He arrived, a bright guy who got a 335 on the GRE, so a good student. And remember what happened to him is that the first 2 3 months at LBS, you have to look for a job. Okay, so basically from September to late November, you have to look for a job. In December, you have exam, then you have vacations, then you have 5 more months of class, and then the LBS is over. So you start in September, you finish in reality, you finish in May, because we have
Yeah.
exams in June, and graduation ceremony is late June, but in reality, classes are for September to May, with the first 3 months looking for a job, and the last 2 weeks of the MIM test. So I would say it's perfect program. For instance, we have a lot of students from University of Bath, from UCL, from LSE, and of course they have spent 3, 4 years in the UK. They already have a network. They are whatever they are, but they have already done network. They are established in the UK. Then it makes sense. Okay, but when you come from India, you need a clear program, huh? Because to learn the language, to build your network, to gain expertise and recognition, it's obvious that a clear program is essential. Huh?
Yes, sir.
What are the last piece of advice I would like to give to students, Aman?
Uh, the piece of advice that I would like to give to students is that you need to decide the date and the application cycle which you want to apply in, and you should definitely block out 1 year for the same, because uh, the admission cycle is very extensive. So you need to give due importance and diligence to giving your entrance exams, getting your essays sorted out, and prepping for your admissions interview. So I think you need to be very focused when it comes to this. And apart from this, I think it looks like a very daunting task, but it isn't, because if you compartmentalize everything, everything really becomes easy. And if you have the guidance of consultants like Dr. Huber, I think it becomes even easier, because through their experience, they really guide you to achieve what is best for you. So I think that is really important. And apart from that, I think it's very important for you to hire a consultant, an admissions consultant whom you really trust, like I did with Dr. Huber, because all of this is a very extensive process. So you really need to work with someone who has a lot of depth when it comes to these foreign universities, because being in India, how much ever research you do with respect to looking up on the internet and finding information about universities, it's very important for you to trust someone who has a lot of insight and depth and a lot of knowledge about these universities, and who has a proven track record of getting students admitted into the top universities. So it is very important for you to hire someone whom you really trust. So I think these are the two factors, or the two most important pieces of advice that I would give to any student who is wanting to do a master's abroad.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I guess the last question that I ask you that students have it's about the payments. Okay, so how does it work? What do you advise? What should be done?
With the payments, as in,
Yeah. Uh,
uh,
what should be done? What do you advise, Aman, for the payment? How do you finance this program? Because these programs are expensive. So, have you made the breakdown of tuition, living expenses, whatever? Have you made a breakdown?
yeah, yeah. So I have the breakdown. So that is why I really stressed upon connecting with an existing student over there, because that is when you get a lot of information into what it really takes to live in a place. Suppose if you're doing a program in big European cities like Berlin, London, Madrid, all of these, all of these places. So you nearly get to know as to what it takes to live in places like these, which are very expensive. So you get a breakdown of that based on your food, your rent, because everything is very different to what we have over here in India. So I think firstly you need to get good knowledge about the same. Apart from that, for your tuition fees, if you're able to fund it yourself, then great. But the universities also help you fund your masters. They have various programs and schemes, and
Mhm.
again you can collaborate with Indian banks over here as well for your loans, so that they can help you finance your masters.
Okay. Do you agree? You agree on this? And yourself, how would you do loan, personal savings, your parents' savings? How would you on your side, for instance?
I have decided to go for a loan so that I have some kind of pressure of finding a good job. That is how I'm thinking, so that I'll be on my toes whenever I'm in Europe, so that I know that I have to repay whatever I'm spending. So that is what I'm doing, because that also happens in Europe and the US as well, wherein students actually take loans to finance their studies because they want to be financially independent, and it is one of the most important steps to become financially independent. So I think I've decided to go with that, so that I'm on my toes, and it really fuels me to work harder and give my best and look for a job which will definitely help me out in the future.
Okay. um, yes, it's perfectly true. So of course, Aman, so I will be happy to see you again. I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity to meet in Pune maybe before
Yes.
you go, and in Germany because I go. We teach at ESCT Berlin, and maybe we can do something with ESMT. So we already teach the ESCP BSc students in Berlin. So and I have to go to your presentation twice a year, plus meet students. So I go there at least 2 3 times per year. So the opportunity to meet you because I don't have that many students in
Yeah.
Berlin because the ESMT is the only one, and you have like one per year who gets accepted. And of course, I'll be happy to talk to your father and to meet your family when I am in Pune. So first, it was
Yeah.
very nice to talk to you. Alors, the other question that I have is that have you decided to stop there, or have you sent more application? What is the where are you now exactly?
Yeah, so I've sent more application as well, but finalized on ESMT Berlin. So with other application, I'll just be giving the interview so that I get some kind of preparation into how the interviews and everything is like. So just to
It
get
depends.
more in.
It depends, what you get, at the same time. It
Yeah,
depends.
yeah,
But what are the other school that you're expecting? Because I remember that when we met, your dream school was in SEAD. Remember, you told me my dream school.
yeah, yeah.
So what are the other school you send your application to?
Oh, I've sent it to IE Business School and
You will get, but I don't think that, yeah.
and
Then,
ES
say when your
as well,
program, so same thing.
and ESCP as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do.
Yeah, maybe there's a good chance that you get the SCP. So what you have to do then if you get the SCP, so that's why don't send too much money to um to um to SMT, send the maximum. And then whatever you have sent, if you decide to go to ESCP, you can then how can I say, ask them for a scholarship. Imagine that you have paid 5,000 to ESMT.
Yeah.
Yes, you can ask them for 5,000 euro scholarship, and you can explain the situation. Huh? They may give
Yes.
you a sort of discount. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So it's a good thing to do. And by the way, ESCP has a campus in Berlin as well. So it means that if
Yeah.
you learn German and you decide to go for ESCP, it won't be wasted because you can study. We suggest that you study in the UK and in Germany so that you can still practice your German. Huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Voilà.
Yeah.
So I wish you a good day and please say hello to your father. Huh? Okay. Have a
Yes, sir.
good day.
Definitely.
Thank you. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Good day, sir.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
bye, sir.